beautiful blue sky. Had a good run with the weather so far. Only a couple of... I think we've only had the one snowstorm so far. I'm going to add that bit in, because you know what's going to happen now I've said that. And just a bit of fog. Look at this big ramp. Why can't you have the road go straight across the right there? Why do we have to do this big loop and come back the way we've already come? Oh, look at that view. I would jump out if I wasn't turning a corner like this. Once I get my wheels set up properly, the new settings that's been brought in, I might be able to do that. Interesting sound coming through. I can only assume that that's the engine brake cutting in and out.
Exit now.
And not a sound problem. Yeah, the week's been pretty good, mate. Sort of got the LPC up and running smoothly. Got some editing software, which is hopefully fine. Finally got used to it. Then a little, just a tiny bit more work into doing the editing, but added bonus, I can put them into a queue, and then when I normally export them to disk, I can just let it go automatically until they're all done. I don't have to start one at a time, which is good. Yeah, that's right, Causey. I forgot about that. Sorry about that, bud. It's good. No, hopefully you're better than you were, though. I hate my memory sometimes. Actually, I hate it most of the times. It sucks not remembering things. I should have asked. I should have remembered. I should have asked when you first came in to see how you were, mate. But yeah, all in all, so far the week's been pretty good. In comparison. How's things been with you, Ozzy? It feels like a long time. Since you've been around. I did see you post a comment on old Duck's video the other day. You're struggling up that little hill, Renault, really? The reason was, when I put the new motherboard and CPU in, reloaded Windows, I went into my editing software and my license disappeared. I just had just over 2 weeks left on my license because I did monthly. That's all I can afford is a monthly license. So it put me onto the the new version of the free trial, you used to be able to use the editing software for free, but without any time restraint on it.
Exit now.
But you could only export in 720p resolution, and I think it was 30 FPS or something like that as well. But now they've changed it to 7-day, and but you can go to 60 FPS instead of 30 FPS. So I emailed them and said, any chance I can have my 2 weeks and a bit back on my license? And their response was nothing. Haven't heard a word. So I emailed them again and said, I sent you guys an email a few days ago about my license disappeared. Can I have it reactivated, please? And can I have also the days that I've missed added back onto the license, so I don't miss out on those days I could have been doing some editing and wasn't able to. And this time they responded not at all again. There was no way I was going to pay for another license. Wasn't in my budget really. I could have though, but I wasn't going to pay for weeks I've already paid for. So I was a bit peeved with that. Really annoyed, and I need to email them again and say, hey, give me a refund for the 2 weeks and 3 days I missed out on, please. Which I'm sure they will reply to that. Probably with, yeah, right, get stuffed. Probably be the only reply. So that's the reason why. But fortunately, I tried out a Adobe Premiere. Well, the other thing too was I did try and do some editing to test it out with the new CPU and the motherboard to see how it went. It used to take me 20 minutes to do a 1080p video. With the 720 it took 6 minutes, which was I would assume would be a quite huge improvement. But it was also overheating my CPU. And I didn't know if it was because of the CPU, or the way I put my motherboard in, or anything else like that. So since then I've actually taken off, realised that even though I asked for a certain type of thermal paste, I ended up with cheap thermal paste. So I took me AIO off, cleaned it all off and put better thermal paste on. Still did the same thing. It was the only time my CPU was overheating. I was using that editor. So I used tried out Adobe Pro because they had a 7-day free trial, and you can use all the full function of it, which ends tomorrow for me. But their monthly cost is a lot cheaper than it was for my other one, which was called Lightworks. And it turns out the reason why I was overheating, even though I think with the old CPU it didn't overheat it, the temperature did get up there, got up to 70 degrees. But with this one it was getting up to 80 degrees Celsius. And it was because it was using software to do the encoding, and with Adobe I can tell it to use the video card to do the encoding. But software gets a little better. You get a better quality, especially when you're doing games like Farming Sim and some YouTube videos, which you've probably seen on Duxoides ones, where it gets a bit blotchy when you're driving down the road and stuff like that. With the software encoding, you sort of can get rid of it. You can have better settings for better encoding, but it's fine for the most part. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to try and get myself a new AIO because I think my one's probably a bit stuffed. It's a bit making a bit of a ticking noise, and possibly my
Take the first exit.
fans on the case as well, because they were filthy when I pulled it apart. I gave the case a good clean, and one of the fans was so thick of dust it looked like I'd sprayed some, like you know, those cans of I'll try and get up here at 9th. You put in the wall to that expand. You spray it in, then it expands. So it looked like that foam on one of my fans. The funny thing is that I've got 3 fans on the case fans on the front, 2 of them for the radiator for the water pump, and the bottom one was the one that was caked in dust. And then I got one at the back, and that was pretty dirty as well. So I cleaned that, but I got 3 on the top, and they're fine. They're not even dirty. If you're talking about where it's they make the Lightworks, it's actually in Canada. It's a Canadian company that makes it, which I would have thought they would have got back to me or something. Funny thing is, I ended my subscription, and as soon as I ended my subscription, I got a email, obviously an automated email from them, saying sorry to see you go. In case you come back, here's 20% discount. Which I thought was that, and then when I emailed them the second time, I got an email back saying, oh, we see your subscription won't renew because you've stopped your subscription. Same thing here, sorry to see you go, here's 20% discount if you decide to come back. I don't want 20% discount, I want to be able to use what I paid for. But since I ain't going to be using it nor going back to them because they never replied to me, I want my money back. And I don't think I'll get it back.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
But at least I've got it. With the old editor, it was easy to set up, cut all these streams up. Real easy. The only thing was is at night I would export them to disk, take about 20 minutes, so you're looking at 2 hours for one stream. So I did it while I was eating dinner and watching Amazon Prime. But when one finished, I had to get up and start the next one. At least with Adobe I can put them into a queue, and then tonight when I eat my dinner and watching a bit of Amazon Prime, I just hit export and it'll do the whole lot of them for me automatically, which is good. But it's a lot harder to get used to. But it's not that bad, and having them export within 5 minutes, 6 minutes is a lot better than 20. So pros and cons, and the quality's not as good in the video as the Lightworks one is. The colours and that were really good, and there wasn't that much pixelation going on, but that was probably because I had no option to use hardware encoding. It just obviously did the software encoding all the time. Which is a weird thing. I just lost $2,000, thanks. Hang on, are we doing that again, are we? Let me just check this out because I'm not having this happen. Who was it? It was you. Are you the new guy? You're not the new guy. Yeah, that's the new guy, isn't it? Yeah. Why did he lose profit? Now keep an eye on that. If it happens again, what I'll do is what I do normally when that starts happening with some of my drivers is I'll move them to the other garage, and all of a sudden they start doing it properly. Because that we definitely don't need happening. Not now. Not now. Oh, whoops. I was looking at your comment, not paying attention. Oh, at least I don't have far to go to turn around. And we've got to look for a place to park as well. Yeah, but the problem, I think that's Microsoft, you see, with Windows 11, that they have to go down that track. Because with the old TPM that they want you to have enabled in your BIOS to be able to upgrade to Windows 11, and they're forcing you because the support for Windows 10, normally when they change Windows, bring out a new Windows, the support for the old ones, they last quite a while, but with Windows 10 they're really knocking back. I think it's for about a year, and then they'll stop supporting Windows 10. Oh come on, I was here first. Crashed into me, and I turned that on, and I had a few drivers stop working on me that I got for things like my voice meter driver for my different channels for the audio. Now that's a free software, but the drivers stopped working, as well as my re-plugins, which is the filters I use for my microphone while I'm streaming with the compressor and noise gate and equalizer and stuff like that. They stopped working. Because they're going to be Microsoft approved.
At the roundabout, take the first exit now.
So anyway, let me finish that conversation I was having about the Dyson Sphere program. So the last thing I said was about the stars. So the whole point of that conversation, or what I was saying about it, was the fact that, yeah, that's on hiatus for a while. I'm going to play other games because we've done about 28 streams of that one. Maybe a little more because I accidentally deleted the last download of that stream, which I normally keep them until I bring the new one down, so I know what to name it, what stream it is, because I basically name them like this one here, ETS. This will be downloaded and named ETS, and then S for stream, I do a small s. I think we're up to 17 on this, or 18, something like that, so it'll be the number of the stream. But yeah, so I've forgotten what we're up to on Dyson Fair, but I'm pretty sure it was around about 27, 28, 29, somewhere around there. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I don't mind because I'm in a Renault. I hit in a vessel. It's not going to bother me too much, not as much. So, yeah, we're going to play a few other games, give me a break, because when we come back in that, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening as we get to try and do the old Dyson Sphere around the sun with my channel name. So the first game I'm going to be playing instead of Dyson Sphere is a game called Transocean. It's an old game, great game, fun game to play, fun game to watch. So I thought I'd let you guys know, for those who don't normally come to the Dyson Sphere program streams, which has ironically been my best as viewership goes. I've got a lot of new followers because of that, but yeah, it's a great game. So if you want, come along, have a look at it if you haven't seen it before. Do feel free to come along and have a look at it. It's a good game, like I said. Good little storyline to it as well. I just realised I've got to find a place to park, don't I? Yeah, I'll get to you once I can see and it's straight and people not going slow in front of me. And try and remember that I need to pull over for a sleep. Movus Buttus. Come on, bit of Latin for you, but hey, Movus Buttus. You know, annoying when someone's in the overtaking lane, not overtaking. Yeah, well, 5 of them will be getting a Renault. We'll be moving on. Just hope that doesn't take long. I will if my drivers lose me money. They're not big fans of having petrol stations on the side of the main routes, are they? Or sleeping areas. Of course there's parking around the other side, so I'll wait as well.
And then exit right.
Oh, we get to sleep.
Exit right.
We'll go back into this view since we've end the day. Let's get some wipers going. Hey, Galaxy. Hey, buddy. You good, mate? Did you stream today? Could they make it narrower? Really? Come on. No? Not good enough for you? Want me to go forward a bit more, do you? Oh, what'd you get? Really? It's been cold out. It's nice and warm here. It's a nice warm day. First one in a long, long time. Feels a little like summer today.
Turn right.
I'm actually having takeaways for the first time in a long time tonight. In a very long time. Alright. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, we got some money. Did we? Did we actually get some money then? Chicken sandwiches. Now, I get the feeling that you guys in the US call burgers sandwiches. I'm guessing you mean chicken burger. I'm guessing, because Burger King, you just get chicken burgers. There's no sandwiches. Minus 96. Something's going on here. Something's definitely going on here. We had Patrick here who made us minus $2,000. I don't think that's got to do with the empty truck anymore, Cozzy. I think I showed you. Didn't you see me on the stream when I showed you our KFC menu that we have down here? And the reason they're burgers because you use burger buns. Unless, of course, it's a double down from KFC. A double down burger where the buns are replaced by chicken. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of minuses going on here. Now these guys are all good, so it's these two at the bottom, which is normally the way. It's normally the people that just show up that end up doing the minus. 3 of them. Minus... I'm going to have to keep it. I can't lose too much money. It's not ideal. I'll catch up with some of the chat while we're here, actually. Where's the food for some chicken sandwiches, BK? I like garlic double burger. Garlic double burger? I haven't been to Burger King for ages. I'm just having good old, yeah, this will make Aussie laugh, good old fish and chips. Not because of what I'm having, because of the way I say fish. Which ironically, the Aussies give us stick for the number 6 and fish for the way we say it. And the way they imitate us is exactly the way we hear them say it normally as well. We both think we say it the same way, even though we think we say it differently. It's weird. I love fish burgers. Yeah, I get that with the beef patties and stuff like that, calling them burgers, but we call it because it's if you use a burger bun. Yeah, waiting for it. Yeah, I knew it was coming. It's exactly the way it sounds like you guys in Australia say it. And you also know about this, what you think how we say 6. The number 6 is exactly the way we think you say it as well. Replacing the I with the E. So I don't know. I've got half the mind to move these guys to the other garage. Oh, you think we we got a U in there. See, when you say it, it sounds like you put an E in there. Yeah, I don't want to lose too much money. We can't afford it. Yeah, no, I've done it before as well, Cozzy, moving them. Yeah, well, that's I always say that because there's a few others that say that as well. Do they? I thought they just instantly there, but it's better than losing money consistently, though, Cozzy. Maybe I will do that quickly, just to be on the safe side, and then throw them back here if they start performing right. Or when we get the new truck, we'll just switch the trucks around and leave these workers here, something like that, but we will relocate them. Yes, phone. So we'll relocate you to Romania. And we'll relocate you to Romania as well. Now let's go to the trucks. Driver. Relocate you to Romania. And where's the other one without a driver up the top there? Relocate you to Romania as well. Thank you, Mike. I assume that's you. Right, let's get back to it. Like I said, I've got to finish on time today. Get rid of those as well, get rid of that. Oh, does this not have GPS? Hey, this does not have GPS. Oh, none that I would have grabbed a GPS thing. Accessory thing that I had. Alright, we need to bring that back up.
Recomputing.
Oh, it stopped. No, it's still going, actually. Just can't see it. Hopefully we can get there without needing to get some fuel. Not that it really matters. I'm sure we've got plenty of time before we need to get there. Try pressing the right button. Inspection. What? Stop engine. Huh? I don't remember this. About as much point as the way station, isn't it? Or was that? Oh, hang on. Is that different to ATS? We're at the way stations. If your truck's not up to scratch, you get a fine. Hello, ads. Is that exactly the same? Instead of doing it where you get weighed here, you get the inspection and get a fine for it. Maybe I should have said that when the ads are finished. I'm sure Quasi will let me know when it's finished and I'll rehash that information again. Ads are done.